Hey, I know everyone and their dad is making these videos at the moment. This one is different though. This is ultra hardcore, meaning there is no natural regeneration. If I take damage, I cannot heal unless I have the healing effect from golden apples, potions, beacons, etc. I'm also going to be setting a couple of challenges for these 100 days. First of all, I want to survive in general. This challenge is tough. Second, I want to beat the game and get an elytra. And finally, I want to raid a woodland mansion and also complete a raid, all without natural healing. Ready? Let's go. I'm not exactly sure why I did this, but I called the world Thunder Mifflin.
You'll learn, baby, you'll learn.
Also, to create an ultra hardcore world, I just turned regenerate health to off. And here we go, day 1. I had a quick look around and immediately started punching this lone tree. I usually wouldn't be this quick to get started, but I was not underestimating the situation I've got myself in here. I mined up some stone, some coal, and made some tools. I was going to get some food, but then the cow started looking at me. I couldn't do it. I started running over to the village I spotted. Spoke to some of the locals. Nice people. I then stole from them. Blue isn't really my color, but hey, it's free. Just like it is for you to subscribe if you enjoyed this video! That actually wasn't planned. I'm just naturally an amazing content creator. That's crazy. I'm not sure how, but I went down the road and found a dead rabbit. I heard some footsteps below me and decided to make a shield. After running around, scaling a mountain, and finding a ruined portal, I took my first bit of damage. I also found another village, and burglarized their homes again. I have a problem. Nighttime was on its way, and I had to eventually go mining no matter what, so I thought, let's go. But first, I went to sleep like an idiot, so yeah. What? It's scary. What would you do? It was now day 2. Mined some more coal, mined some iron, and fought off my first skeletons. This is why you need a shield. After chopping some trees for more torches, I tried to outplay this zombie with gravel, and it did not work in the slightest. I made some full iron armor, and I also used my Minihud mod to put a day counter in the top left. Pretty sweet. I had an epic battle with this pack of mobs that brought me down to 3.5 hearts. Things weren't really looking amazing. I decided caving was a bit too dangerous right now, so I found an area to dig straight down. Once I got to Y11, I went for it, and instantly found some diamonds. I also mined some redstone while I was down there. Now this is what I was looking for. Some gold. This was actually way more important to me right now than diamonds, so I kept looking. I eventually found a mine shaft, and even though it was dangerous going for an exploration, I couldn't really help myself. I did find some more gold. Lapis too. After tons of exploration, it was day 4 and I managed to find a zombie spawner. It had a notch apple in it. I was very happy about this at first because I thought there could be nothing better for all my boss fights and big missions that I was going to do. After finding enough gold for a golden apple, I decided it was time to get out. It was nighttime and I could not afford getting shot by any more skeletons, so I put my bed down for a quick nap. Rise and shine, it was day 5. I ran around and found this valley of trees where I would be settling down. Upon putting some iron and potatoes to cook, it was time to work. I chopped a lot of trees. Considering it was only day 5 with an iron axe. This was a lot more than I was used to, but I needed to try and get those apples. I literally just kind of did not have a choice. After a while, I found some, crafted a golden apple, and munched on it. I then realized that it only heals 2 hearts. I'm just gonna assume not a lot of you knew that either. You know, they've got this kind of energy around them that they're actually good, but they only heal 2 hearts. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, I've bit off more than I could chew with this challenge. I had thoughts of doubt and doom in my head, but at the same time, I could not give up. Idea after idea, my new objective was to get to brewing potions as fast as possible. Off the top of my head, I knew that I could make instant health potions from glistering melons, which only required 1 slice and 8 golden nuggets instead of ingots. So it was more efficient, but healing was now further than I thought. Day 6, with the saddle I found at the zombie spawner, I tamed a horse. It was slow, so I chose a different one. No offense. I made a 4x4 hole for it in the meantime while I make a stable. Spent the rest of day 6 chopping more trees and getting myself started in this world. Talking about getting started, day 7 I was working on my house. Day 8, I decided to bring some sheep over and start up a little farm. I was going to need wool for beds so we can mine for netherite later on. If we survive until then, of course. I then found some sand to dig up for the house window. However, nighttime was on its way and I needed to get back. I hurried home and went to sleep. Day 9 and 10, I worked on the house a bit, went spruce chopping, and kept working on the house even more. I also have this obsession with having my inventory organized, and that's like, I always want to have spare wood, a furnace, iron, coal, etc. So like, that's what I was doing here. Yeah, I know, my Minecraft inventory is more organized in my life, so what? On the road to getting myself back up to full health, on day 11, I made myself a diamond pickaxe and went back into a cave close by. Despite my greatest effort to stay extra safe with mobs, there was a silverfish attack. That was really cringe, I don't know why I wrote that. Upon spotting a lava pool, I went to it and found some diamonds. However, this is not what I needed. I needed gold, and lots of it. But alas, one piece. I found another mineshaft where I started collecting rails for any villager transportation I'd be doing in the future. In this mineshaft, I found another enchanted golden apple. These were good news, but I didn't want to waste them on just healing when I wasn't actually in that much danger. In a different chest, I found a regular one, which I thought I'd eat. I now had a hefty 4 hearts. I also managed to find another one. I did not hesitate to eat this one either. Whilst I was eating that one, I was also smelting some gold I found, and I managed to make one as well. There was apparently a zombie spawner near me where they were piling up, and I had to deal with this in order to look at the chest. I then got snuck up on by another zombie because I cannot hear anything, and that zombie erased all my healing progress. I ate my last one, went to town on the zombies, and searched the chest. Nothing crazy, another golden apple, that I of course ate straight away. By the time I got out of there, it was almost day 14. This day, I decided to troll this skeleton. After that, I smelted the gold I had. I did upgrade my farm and plant some melon seeds for the potions I had planned. I chopped all the trees down for apples, and by then, it was bedtime. On day 15, it was time to go into the Nether. I ate one more golden apple, and just like that, we went through the portal. I mined some gold, fought a piglin, attempted to farm some nuggets by farming the zombified piglins. However, I realized that that is extremely inefficient, so I spent a very long time trying to calm them down. Eventually, on day 16, I saw a piglin bastion nearby. If the zombified guys weren't going to give me gold, I was going to get it another way. A much more dangerous, reckless way. For some reason, I was collecting lanterns. I did spot that stash of gold down there. That is what we were after. I ran into my first brute. Made easy work of that one. These guys were no joke though, especially with only iron armor, so I developed a system. Getting from area to area, I always made sure there was a checkpoint with a 1-block gap that only I could jump and piglins couldn't. So if I needed to get away, I could, just like this. Using this rule, I apparently made a parkour course by accident. By the time I got down to the bottom, the place was infested with magma cubes, so I had to take care of them too. I made my way over and wasted no time with these chests. I had to come back though because these magma cubes were not leaving me alone. Once I dealt with them again, I looted the chest and I found a netherite ingot. I then rushed to steal all the gold. There was 2 of them trying to stop me, but they couldn't. I was just too determined. I also found another chest with some ancient debris in it. Not like it's the most rare material in the game or anything. Is it? I don't. By the time I decided to get out of this hellhole, it was day 18. I took some damage on the way out, and I contemplated eating a notch apple because of how dangerous it was here. However, I resisted. These were rare, and I needed them for even worse situations. After looking around for an extremely long time, I eventually found my little entrance point. I was under an Enderman attack. Luckily, they couldn't get to me because they were too tall. I made a staircase back up to my portal, and we were out. Whew, that was stressful. After sorting my inventory for a while and planting my potatoes, I made a roof for the house. So now instead of a box, it looks like a witch's hut. Day 20, it was time to start collecting Ender Eyes so I could find the Stronghold. I wasn't planning on fighting the dragon straight away. However, I wanted to get the books that were there for enchantments. So it was grind time. Trying to defend myself from a ghast, I almost ended it all. Good thing I had the enchanted apple to rely on. That was very close. Clearly luck was not on my side, as on day 22 I had a collection of 9 ender pearls. Not great, but I decided to head home and take a breather. Being a dangerous daredevil all the time is draining, so I took the time to put some nice paintings up. I also made a sweet looking crop farm. It's debatable. I like to think it's okay. It looks pretty cool. It was now time to find the Nether fortress. I got myself a strider, ran across lava lakes and traversed the lands of the Nether, evading hoglins and piglins. I had to build many bridges over this dangerous realm. I'd been traveling around for so long, I even got the tourist destinations advancement. After more running, fighting, and riding, 20 minutes in, I managed to find a Nether fortress. I wasted no time getting up there, collecting netherwort and fighting blazes. After a while of reckless fighting, I ran out of regular gapples. I was too far to go back and make some. I had to use one of the enchanted ones. After battling it out, I had a good 17 blaze rods, so I collected a bit of glowstone for potions and made a run for it. Crossing lakes and getting lost, I eventually found my staircase again. I was home safe. It was day 27, and I wasted no time educating myself and brewing potions. My crops were also starting to grow. This is when I decided it was time to expand my horizons. Before I knew it, I was on my way towards the Stronghold. My horse here couldn't cross oceans with me, so I had to leave him in a safe place. After stealing from villagers once again, I tried farming some gunpowder from creepers. I didn't have much luck, as I was constantly being attacked by other mobs. Day 28, I tamed some wolves I found in the forest here. I also ran into some of these guys. I eventually found the spot and dug as fast as I could, which wasn't very fast. And just like that, a day later, we were in. After going through door after door, I found it. Book galore. I did find some alright enchantments, but my main task was collecting just plain books. So that's what I did. And then after searching for a very long time, I had found a zombie villager. I wanted to make this guy a discounted mending trader, so I trapped him for later use. From a cave, I spotted some iron bars. It looked like a portal room window, so I went for it. And sure enough, it was. I had found it. I also found a zombie spawner close by. By the time I got home, it was day 30. I forgot my horse. This day was pretty uneventful. I organized my inventory and did lots of brewing. On day 31, I started working on an iron farm. I needed this for any future projects I would work on, and so I wouldn't have to go mine for iron all the time either. I made it here in the spawn chunk, so no matter where I was in the world, this farm would always be active. I actually had no iron at all right now, so I went looking, and this happened. Learn how to MLG water, guys. It is worth it. Day 37, I was back at the Stronghold, and I made a portal so I could fast travel. Turns out my stairs were very close. Day 38, I came to check on the iron farm. It wasn't amazing, but it worked. And this will come in handy. I also needed to collect some kelp for the zombie XP farm I was going to build near the Stronghold. I cleared out the cave next to it, and it was time to work again. Although, before I started, I made a netherite pickaxe and enchanted a couple of my tools. And turns out I got super lucky with the pickaxe. My old zombie villager did despawn. I found another one later on that I name tagged to stop that from happening. Now I'm leading it to my enchanting area. I splashed a potion of weakness and gave it a golden apple. This pretty much means I'm a doctor now. A few minutes later, it was done. Left unattended, I almost lost that villager as well. Surprisingly, it didn't take too long to get the mending trait for 1 emerald. I first applied it to my pickaxe, and the others were to come later. I then did some AFKing and a bit of enchanting. We were truly on our way with this playthrough. When I got back home, there was a phantom waiting for me. I actually needed some membranes, so this was pretty good. Day 44 was filled with random stuff like farming and trading. Day 45 to 47, I kept AFKing and enchanting. I'd never use any of this stuff, but it's there, I guess, if anyone wants it. After this, I mined. For a while. I had a fortune pickaxe now, so I was looking for diamonds to get myself a full set of armor. If you're wondering the strategy that I used, it's in the top right. 23 plus the spare I had in my chest was 30, which was enough for now. I finally decided it was time to give my horse a proper home, even though it still doesn't have a name. If you guys are looking for a 200 days video, and you want me to make it, and you want to name this horse, by all means, comment down below. It is now time to ramp things up. We did more enchanting, more farming, more. We are now past the halfway point of the challenge. You do not have to subscribe, alright? But if you've enjoyed this video so far, I make plenty more, and that button is also fairly easy to hit, so just... It was day 57, and I was back on my way to the Nether Fortress. I had my eyes on this, a beacon. For this, I had to fight many wither skeletons, which are only found here. I did have looting 3, however it still took me a while to get all 3 wither skulls. Now, it was time for the journey back. It wasn't the safest adventure yet, but we managed to make it. It was time to fight the wither. I chose a random area nearby and dug down into a cave. Dug a massive straight tunnel and spawned it. The fight was on. I was slowly withering, so I had to use my last enchanted golden apple. And we kept moving. Trading blows, hit after hit. There it was, the Nether Star. I quickly fought my way through some zombies in order to make it home. Before I could get all up in the beacon business, I had to quickly tend to my potatoes. I then got involved in some more building. Quickly, I gave in to the beacon. I just had to craft it. I grabbed all the iron I had for a little one and popped it in a nice central location of my area. I put the power on resistance for now, as, you know, self-explanatory. Day 61, it was about time I put mending on all my armor. It wasn't going to last forever. Neither was this anvil apparently. I also really wanted to put the beacon on speed instead, so I did that. As nighttime swept the sky, I built a path in my little area. I decided to try and make it look like I've actually played 60 days of Minecraft, because almost everything I've been doing up until this point was adventuring and trying to survive in general. I also needed to make a melon farm because I needed to keep up with this potion intake. It was no joke. There was also a cat roaming around here, so I felt like it was a sign that I needed to tame it. I don't know where it came from exactly. I then put in some mini streetlights around my area and made a dedicated brewing station. For a challenge that requires more brewing than any other, this is like my worst brewing station design I've ever done, for some reason. Day 65 was spent exploring. I went the way I haven't gone yet, to see if there was a desert or something else that's interesting. I found a jungle, if that counts. I don't really know. I made a red snout banner and put it on my shield. I made a mine in my house. Haven't done this since like the old days of Minecraft. After peacefully living my life, I got attacked by these guys. Again. They were no problem. I immediately went looking for a cow to get rid of the effect. I was not ready to accidentally start a raid or anything. I watched the sunset as we were down to the last 30 days. Day 70, I got a surprise from an admirer. I spent the whole day chopping spruce trees for my mine. After working through some obstacles, I had finished my mine on day 71. I spent most of day 72 mining and exploring underground. Day 73, I laid down some coal ore that I collected and mined it all at once for a super satisfying effect. Day 74, I was back in the mines. On day 75, I decided to rework my area and make the animal farm bigger, because I needed more animals, because an automatic sheep farm was on its way. While I was out getting sand for glass, I ran into one of these guys. I then took their leads. I don't think you really want to know how I did that. I then AFK'd for 2 days to repair my tools and get some XP. To my surprise, this AFK farm isn't actually that good. After this, I just stood there for a bit and admired how far we've come. This may not be much in a standard Minecraft playthrough, but we can't heal. At all. And we're still here. It's something to be proud of. After some more AFKing, I made a list on what I needed for the dragon fight. It was storming outside, and I was preparing. Brewing double batches of potions, getting ready. I promised my wolf I'd return. I had my inventory ready. The time had come to beat the Ender Dragon with no health regen. I put the pumpkin on my head and I started blocking up a tower as I drank my slow falling potion. The pumpkin was not helping my accuracy at all. I had to take it off, just until I hit these shots I needed. And just like that, the towers felt the wrath of my bow. I accidentally picked up some dragon's breath as well. One by one, the towers fell. I floated on down and got the caged ones too. And just like that, the fight was on. Arrow after arrow, hit after hit. I got knocked into oblivion once, but I luckily had my slow falling potions. And after more battling, within minutes, the fight was over. We had conquered the end without natural healing. We We quickly came back home to prepare for the end city exploration, and once again, we were off. Blocking across the deadly void is never fun, but it has to be done. Only 2 islands away, I saw an end city. After immediately blocking over to it, I saw that it was a fairly small one. However, it did have a ship, which is what we wanted. After battling it out with the shulkers for those precious boxes, I had to make one to carry all my loot in. I went over and I had then taken it, the elytra. I also grabbed the dragon head, cause why wouldn't you, really? I took it for its first spin to find another end city for more shulker boxes, and we found a fairly big one. After a grueling 30 minutes, I had some decent loot and 19 shulker shells. When I got home, I made a big batch of shulker boxes and dedicated one to health potions. I've had this idea on my mind since I started brewing. The rest I put in the ender chest. I also made one for any backup materials I need while I'm adventuring. Day 87, I did some enchanting and some mining. Day 88, I organized my chest and did some housework. I then went on to netherite mining all the way up until day 89. I had a haul of 14, that plus the spare 3 I had, not bad. I decided to upgrade 3 things for now, that being my chestplate, second pickaxe, and helmet. Day 90 was more enchanting. Day 91, I set out to get a Woodland mansion map. And day 92, we were off. Why do I keep saying we were off? And just like that, we were traveling. Thing is though, we did not know what we were in for. It wasn't pretty. I went past not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 villages, but 15. I was over 20,000 blocks out from where I started, and I didn't seem to be getting any closer. I even had to stop at one point to mend my elytra. After 30 minutes of flying, which by the way would have taken hours on a horse, I decided to go into the Nether by creating a portal on a lava pool. The reason I did this is to travel 1,000 or so blocks further and build another portal out. The problem was, however, that I forgot to bring obsidian. And by the time I realized that, I'd already flown out into the Nether wilderness. My elytra was getting low and I didn't have all the fireworks in the world, so I couldn't fly around forever. My only hope was finding a ruined Nether portal, which did not happen. The game really ruined my day here. Extremely far Woodland mansion, I didn't even know how much further it was. No ruined portals in the Nether. I thought I was toast. Until, eventually, I saw a glimpse of purple. After reconstructing it, I was out of the Nether, but not out of the situation. I was now 50,000 blocks out of the center. At least I got the advancement, I guess. It's useless. I went back into the Nether, and this time I took the obsidian with me. After an excruciatingly painful 40 minutes, I was finally here. I proceeded to raid the mansion and battle the enemies. It wasn't easy, and it definitely wasn't worth the trauma. After defeating one of the evokers, I got ambushed. Luckily, I know what I'm doing. By the end of day 94, I had finished collecting their totems and went back home. That was my second last accomplishment I wanted in these 100 days, so I was hoping the last one would work out better. When I got home, I was back to brewing as I was getting ready for my final challenge. And I also brought some new animals into the farm. You know, bit of variety. At night, I went into a direction I haven't been in before to try and find a pillager outpost. Not too far ahead, I spotted a flower forest and conveniently a pillager outpost as well. At last, this world seed is giving me some luck. There was also a desert here, good to know for future reference. I found a crossbow I thought I'd shoot for the achievement. After defeating the leader for the effect, I went back home and further prepared. Potions of strength, spectral arrows, you name it. Day 96, it was again time. Of course, it starts raining. I built a quick platform in case things got real bad. And just like that, we went at it. First round, 1 by 1, they all fell. They thought swimming would save them. They didn't know I'm just as much of a predator in the water. Round 2 was a bit of a wake-up call. I realized they still do almost 2 hearts of damage each hit. I needed to be careful with what was to come. Round 3, as the Ravagers came, it even started storming and the sky was turning black. It wasn't easy to take them down, but I had gained some experience. Round 4, they started going for the villagers. I had to try and protect them. I blocked them in afterwards so they wouldn't get murdered. Round 5, we ran into our first evoker. Things were starting to ramp up. Round 6, I lost a raider. I looked and found nothing, all the way into day 97. Whilst I was looking though, I found a zombie spawner right underneath with a couple of golden apples. I finally decided to fly up into the air and see if I could see anything. And there the evoker was, stuck in a hole. Wave 7, there was a whole damn army on its way. There was so many things chasing me, I decided to retreat and bow a few down. However, the Vexers were too strong, so I had to keep running. I also had to keep healing because of the damage everyone was doing. I was never as close to danger as I was now. This is what this video has built up to. There was so many Vexers around, it wasn't even funny. I was questioning whether one of them was glitched and kept spawning them. And sure enough, there was a Vindicator stuck in a cave. And he was so angry about it that he kept sending Vexers for me. I'd finally solved that problem and now there was half the round left. I was under attack by every mob in the area. One of the witches accidentally healed me as well, which I thought was pretty funny. This challenge will make even something like that exciting. It started raining again as my last opponent got lost. However, this time, I knew where to find them. And that was it. I'd completed a raid with no natural healing whatsoever. I flew home and I stashed all my totems for the next 100 days. If you guys wish, of course, let me know in the comments below. I spent the last couple days collecting dyes and gunpowder for fireworks when day 100 is officially over. And the contraption I made was fairly underwhelming. It didn't really work. And there it is. It was day 101. With the previous 100 days of ultra hardcore Minecraft completed. Man, if you've made it to the very end of this video, you are great. I hope it was worth it and enjoyable. If you enjoy what you see, there is more to come, so you know what to do. Have a great day, guys. Take it easy, and peace out.